All right, we begin with Coach Paul. Coach, as we heard, your focus has been on aggressive attacking defense. What are some of the other, that is obviously key, and what are some of the other keys as you prepare for the season?
Well, I just want, is this on? Okay, I want to say it's a great day to be a Phoenix right now. If we can spike like our volleyball team's been getting after it and score like our defensive team, we're going to have a great year. It's been a great fall for our fall season, so I'm going to first of all give them a little respect for what they've accomplished this fall. We worked very hard. I think the key, everybody knows, is having Katera McMore back with us this year. It really changes what people can do to us defensively. We also have a veteran club, no injuries going into the fall, which is wonderful for us. And it should be a very entertaining year to come out and watch the Phoenix. We open up on Friday night in the ISIS tip-off tournament. We'd love to see some people out to that tournament. It is in memory of Coach Anne Marie Lashley, who died of lymphoma 2 years ago. So it's coaches versus cancer tip-off to start the year. We've got our point guard position is absolutely solid. We've got a senior and a sophomore who is on the all-freshman SoCon team. So that position is filled, and then at the 4-5, we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 players that can bang in there. So it's going to be a fun year to come out and watch us. Key is going to be who's going to step up in that 2 and 3 position and provide some consistent scoring.
Coach Paul, Elon, you play Carolina, High Point, UNC Wilmington, play A&T. Is this by design to play a tough pre-conference schedule to get you guys in gear for conference time when that rolls around?
Well, I think you look at our schedule, we have a lot of in-state schools on our schedule this year, and that was our kids wanted to play the teams that are ranked highly in the state. That's what we did, and it did turn out to be a very, very challenging schedule. But I got to tell you this, what's nice, I look at my assistant sitting back there. I know I've sat over there at that table and heard some of these coaches moaning and groaning about injuries. I came up here last year with our leading scorer on the inside, our leading scorer on the outside, out for the year in August, and it's just great that they're not going to have to suit up this year, because at practice they had to play every day. So it's just nice to have practice players that are not in their 30s. I'm picking on you guys, okay?
Coach Nestor from Elon. You lost Chris Chapo and LaVon Jordan, who combined for 25 points a game last season. Now you got some young players. Who do you think might step up and go into that leadership role this year?
Well, what we're hopeful of is a young man who didn't play last year for us, Montel Watson, graduated this past May, but he still has a 5th year of eligibility as he was injured, missed the entire season. He also missed a portion of the previous year, so getting him to the season, and he's a young man who brings a lot of leadership, and we could not only equal but exceed the leadership we had in our team last year with his presence. Plus he's a point guard, which is a position that was a very point guard by committee. You never want to do that. That's a dangerous thing. Sometimes, you know, the worst thing you can have is a lot of guys playing the point, and it's better to have fewer. And we'll have fewer this year if his health holds up, and that allows the kids who played the point for us to move to where they're more natural. So I think the biggest, him returning to our team, and of course it takes a while when you haven't played for a season. It takes a while to sort of get the rust off and get back in the field. That's why, you know, the exhibition games and public inter-squad scrimmages, things of that nature, we've sort of pushed along with this year more so than normal, because it's good for him and also it's good for the new kids. So, you know, I think we have a chance to offset that with him. And, you know, the best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores. And we had 6 freshmen last year who became sophomores. So they've gotten better because now they begin to understand what college basketball is about and how physical it's going to be and how challenging. And the season goes a lot longer than it does in high school. So we feel good about where our team is right now. But again, you know, the game star, we play Virginia Tech on Friday, so it's a big step for us. And we got to work hard at that night particularly.
Coach Nestor, you touched on Elon's non-conference schedule earlier, but Virginia Tech, Georgia, VCU, Penn, Virginia. What's your kind of philosophy compared to some of these other coaches? How does this prepare you for the conference?
One thing that was talked about, those are excuse me. The one thing no one talked about, those are fundraising games as well. Okay, those games, we don't play them out of the goodness of our heart or for output. Those are money games. They're known in the coaching business as guaranteed games or money games. It's a hard reality of college basketball today. It's how you raise money. just as you see football teams go do the same type of thing, you know, to raise money. But they are good. They're a lot better to talk about sometimes than to play. Because, you know, you take your kids and, you know, what you have to do is you spend the entire preseason building strength and momentum for your team, and then sometimes you go in and play these games and all of a sudden it takes away everything that you've built, and so you just have to build other things. I agree. I mean, we've taken some Hastings, you know. 2 years ago, we played Butler. Butler's an excellent team. I don't think I need to talk about how good their basketball player. They pounded us. We were as bad as they were good. And they beat us like close 40 points. We beat Clemson like 10 days later. Now, did losing by 40 help us beat Clemson? I don't know. Losing by 40 is never any fun. And, you know, it's not a lot of fun. And, you know, we're in a situation where you're away from home and these things happen. You just don't play well. But I don't know what the philosophy would be if we didn't have the guarantee games. I think you would probably play one or maybe two of them. I don't think where we're sort of extended into playing four at this point. The Penn is a home-and-home game. The VCU game, we play VCU, and when you look at our schedule, VCU may be the best non-league team we play. And that includes Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Georgia, who are all very good programs, but VCU is an excellent basketball program. And so they're very good. They're very good, but at the same time, you got to do them in such a way that you develop the confidence of your team. If you can go in and play against those teams successfully and compete, and put yourself in a position to be there the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, it's a tremendous experience for you. But what you have to do is you sort of have to hold on for the first 8 or 10 minutes. And if you get through that, then all of a sudden the game takes on a different type of tempo, a different type of momentum. So we like the competition. We play 20 conference games. And you know, the bread and butter of schools at this level is the conference, because it feeds into the conference tournament, which feeds into the qualifier. So, you know, we're anxious to play those games, but would prefer to play maybe a couple less of them.